I think what creates a lot of unhappiness, though, is inequality. They did these studies with monkeys and showed them, some of the monkeys would be in cages next to each other, and in one, they would give them grapes. Monkeys love grapes. Cucumbers, not so much. When the monkey could see the other monkey getting a grape instead of a cucumber, but was only given cucumbers themselves, they went ape shit. Like, started screaming, throwing around, like everything. Because inequality does something psychologically to us. It makes us feel like there's an injustice that's been put against us, and it creates this propensity for anger and violence.
Jealousy. You're talking about jealousy. That's not the same thing.
Yes, but that still makes you unhappy.
I don't know if it's just
that's not injustice.
Jealousy, though.
It's a feeling, but it's not injustice. Injustice is something very different.
But we have inequality in the United States that goes beyond any type of like fairness and justice. You have people out here making 375 times the amount of the regular person for what? What do they do? What did they ever do in their life or contribute to society that would justify that amount?
Who are you to justify? Who are you to question that? What they made and how they made it.
I'm
it's
paid
on
to
them.
So
that's their individual opportunity. No one's stopping you from making 375, and you probably make 50 times.
No, because I didn't have the connections. I didn't go to the right schools. I wasn't invited to the right parties. I grew up in a trailer park.
But there's always someone who's poor.
Hold on.
There's someone who's
we're talking
about where you're born and who you're born
around you. We are talking about happiness, which is literally a feeling.
Yes.
So, Michael, when you go, well, jealousy is a feeling. Yes, we are talking about happiness. We're talking about a feeling.
No, I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem when you say my happiness or unhappiness somehow equates to injustice.
No, that's not what she said. No. What she actually said was a feeling.
That is an injustice.
Maslow's hierarchy of human needs.
It's a human need, just like economic justice, social and emotional justice is a thing.
If you have to put a qualifier to justice, it's not justice. First of all.
All right. You can say that, Mike, but here's the problem. If you have 7 million men who feel like it's unjust, whether it is actually unjust or not is irrelevant. If they feel like it's unjust and they're sitting at home in front of a computer and being unhappy and feeling like losers, and then here comes insert fascist leader and says, hey, I'm the fascist leader who will justify everything if you just rise up and murder this group of people.
You're talking about these feelings when you see that men are being somehow ostracized by the community.
That's fear.
Yeah, it's their feelings. They're sitting in the basement because they're sad and they have bad feelings. And somehow
why are they?
That's injustice, but it's not injustice the other way around.
Well, no, it's unjust. It isn't injustice. It is a feeling. I'm not saying it's not a valid feeling. Fantastic. And let's address what's the cause of that feeling. But the cause of that feeling isn't justice. It isn't because they have somehow been that they were denied opportunities.
So the people in the basement that you were just talking about saying that, they're being denied opportunity because they're being ostracized by the left. You're saying that's what you were just saying. So you're
I'm trying to qualify it. That's why. No, I'm trying to think through it. And I'm saying if they are just there because of their feelings, because they don't have what other people have, which is the argument we were just having, that it's because of their feeling of jealousy or inadequacy, their feeling. No, that's not injustice. That's not something. Yeah, let's help them find a way to feel better about their life. But that's not injustice. If they're being oppressed because they are being denied, because they are being ostracized for having a political opinion, for not just going with what is approved in terms of the messaging, because they are not bowing down to the oppressive leftward movement, then that is injustice. Why? Because now we're talking about freedom of speech. We're talking about social interaction. We're talking about their freedom of individuality, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
The pursuit of happiness.
There is a difference there. It's not because they're feeling bad. It's not because of how they feel.
The pursuit of happiness was in our divorce papers.
What?
The pursuit of happiness was in our divorce papers from the British Empire. It was in the divorce papers right there.
Because they used your argument to say that they weren't being oppressed, that you should just deal with it. You're unhappy because of X, Y, and Z. That's not oppression. You're literally taking on the same stance that they did, which is why we had to put it in all of our founding documents.
What's in the Constitution, when they're speaking about the pursuit of happiness, is not the feeling, but the things that make you happy, which is to be able to live a free individual life without the oppression of a king or a government trying to tell you how to live your life, to micromanage your life. That is what gives you happiness. Ultimately, true happiness is being able to marry people that you want to marry, to have children that you want to have, to be able to go out and try and achieve the things you want to achieve. That is individual happiness that comes from within. The achievement or the attempt to achieve something, that's individual happiness.
And the monkey in the experiment wanted to achieve the grape and wasn't able to achieve that.
Guys,
this is No Soundbites Allowed, and I am your host, Michael Boss. Dragging into Southern Tier, I'm happy to be here with you today.
Eric Holder, the Attorney General of the United States, admitted he has not read the Arizona immigration law.
I know it is a difficult task to stand up in front of our peers and say to Congress and say that Congress has failed to listen to voters.
You here at CPAC said yes to President Donald Trump in 2016, and I know you're going to say yes to.
She was very aware that she had the flag in her hands and that the flag was dragging on the ground. That is an intentional action. She knows what she is doing. She then drops the flag. Understand the logic, and we see this in social media on a regular basis, and it's something that Newsweek decided not to tell you about.
Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, a representative in Congress who is writing laws to deny American citizens their rights, has no idea what she's talking about.
And they are against the vaccine mandate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you support that?
Last time I checked, there were not a lot of planes crashing into each other at airports, right? You can meet a very, very stringent accuracy rate when it's important, when it matters, like in federal elections.
The quote from Joe Biden, where he is admitting that he is willing to lie to the American people.